Welcome or welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube, where the watches are the stars. And in this video we will present you the Rolex novelties, but not all of them, of course, because if you are frequently on our channel, you know that we already have online a video about the new Rolex Daytona, the new Rolex Oyster Perpetual Deepsea with that beautiful jigsaw puzzle dial. And we do also have a video online about the Rolex Perpetual 1908. So these are the only watches you will not see in this video, but in the video you're actually watching, you will see the new Yacht-Master 42mm in a titanium case, the new Explorer 40mm, new Sky Dweller GMT-Master, and as Steve Jobs always said, one more thing. So stay tuned and enjoy.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
Let us start with the new Yacht-Master in its titanium grade 5 Elite case. They call it ROLEX titanium, but in fact the titanium used by Rolex is a titanium grade 23 or a titanium grade 5 Elite. What does Elite stand for? Extra low interstitials. That's a very, very noble and very pure titanium, so a very good and noble material for the new Yacht-Master. 42mm is the case diameter, the thickness is 11.6mm, and the so-called lug to lug distance is 50.3mm. The bracelet is tapering, yes, from 21 to 16, and the total weight of this titanium watch, depending of course on how many links there are integrated in the bracelet, is about 100 grams. This already tells you that this is a fantastic, super light watch. You don't feel it on your wrist. And the next super cool thing is that this material quickly warms up on your arm, and so you get a really cool feeling. The watch hugs your arm and feels really, really good on your wrist. My wrist size, by the way, is 17 centimeters or 6.7 inches. The case is waterproof up to 100 meters, and the bezel is a bi-directional bezel. It is a 60-minute graduated bezel, bi-directional, with a matte black Cerachrome insert and polished raised numerals and graduations. The Yacht-Master is powered by the Rolex caliber 3235 with a precision of -2+2 seconds, called superlative chronometer. The movement is officially certified by COSC, and then internally Rolex does certify its watches, and Rolex regulates them to -2+2 seconds. 70 hours is the power reserve of the 3235, and due to its components, the caliber, the Rolex caliber 3235 does have pretty good magnetic properties, anti-magnetic properties, I have to say, so it is resisting to quite strong magnetic fields. I said it before, the Oyster bracelet is tapering from 21 to 16 in the clasp, and it is the Oyster lock safety clasp I'm talking about, with an easy link 5mm comfort extension link, so you can adjust the length of the bracelet up to 5mm plus or minus. The Rolex reference 226627, the Yacht-Master in titanium grade 23 or titanium grade 5 Elite, is sold for €13,900, including 20% VAT. So if you want to have a net price, please deduct 16.666% to get your net price. The new Explorer in its 40mm Oyster Steel 904L Oyster Steel case is a watch many of you have been waiting for, of course. The name says it already, 40, it's a diameter of 40mm, now in the right size in my humble opinion. The thickness of this Oyster Steel case is 11.6mm, it is waterproof up to 100 meters, and the so-called lug-to-lug distance is 46.5mm. Yes, the bracelet is tapering, the Oyster bracelet is tapering from 21 down to 16 in the Oyster lock. safety clasp, and the Oyster Lock safety clasp features an easy link, and the easy link is a 5mm comfort extension link you can use if you need it to either shorten or to extend a little bit if you are sweating or if it is very warm. The Explorer 40 is powered by the ROLEX caliber 3230 with a precision of -2+2 seconds, as well as already mentioned before, a superlative chronometer, and caliber 3230 features a power reserve of approximately 70 hours. The new Explorer 40 reference to 24270 is sold for €7,550, including 20% VAT. And here once again a little remark: if you want to have a net price, please deduct 16.66%. So what do you think? Is this now the appropriate size for an Explorer? In my humble opinion, it is. Yeah, that might suggest that this could be the favorite watch of this video, but I will tell you this in the end of the video. So if you want to know which one is my favorite, my personal favorite, you will have to watch the video until its end. I forgot to mention it before when I was talking about the Yacht-Master, and the same applies of course to the Explorer 40. The dial is a highly legible chromalite display and features or has a very long-lasting blue luminescence. So it is emitting blue light and is a very long-lasting readability is given. It is a material that has been developed by Rolex and is only used exclusively by them, of course, so you will only see this kind of luminescence on a Rolex watch. We were also able to see 3 new Sky Dweller models. You know the Sky Dweller, it was introduced in 2012. It's a pretty new watch from Rolex compared to other models that exist for many more years. The Sky Dweller is a dual time zone or a zone time watch, so you have a indication of a second time zone. To be precise, the zone time in the time zone on the dial. And yes, you know that it is also an annual calendar showing the months by using the 12-hour dots on the dial. So if you look on your screen, you can see with the white gold watch, it is showing October the 10th. If we continue, you will see that the rose gold version shows the 4th. So it is April. So the watch uses the dots to show the month, and of course the watch will always until end of February. This is the date where you have to do some corrections. It will always show you the correct date. So the versions we saw do all feature the same sizes, thickness, etc. So I will give them to you. It is a 42mm case. The thickness is a 13.8mm. The watches or the Sky Dweller has a lug-to-lug distance of 50mm, and all of the cases are waterproof up to 100 meter. How do you set the watch? You're using the bezel ring command system. That's how Rolex calls it. And with the ring command system, by turning it to the left and to the right, you can do the adjustments, and then you go back in the neutral position. And this is where you normally leave it. So which were the versions we saw? We saw a white gold version with the Oyster Flex rubber bracelet. Rolex calls it a bracelet and not a strap. And this particular bracelet features, and this is good to know, a folding oyster clasp with the glide lock extension system. This is a thing that differentiates the bracelet, the Oyster Flex bracelet, from the Oyster Steel and the Gold Oyster bracelet. They only have the Easy Link system, but I think you know all that. Then we saw an Everose Sky Dweller with a blue-green dial and a so-called ROLEX Sky Dweller with a mint green dial. It is Oyster Steel, has an Oyster Steel bracelet, of course. Why is it called ROLEX? Because it features a bezel made out of white gold. So these are the new versions of the Sky Dweller we saw in Geneva. Not many, almost no changes from the outside, but yes, all these Sky Dweller watches do feature an upgraded movement. It is the caliber 9002. It is an upgraded, technically upgraded movement. Now with a power reserve of 72 hours. Of course, the precision also of this movement is -2 + 2 seconds. Superlative chronometer. Well, and I can also give you the prices. The white gold version with the Oyster Flex bracelet is actually sold for €42,300, including 20% VAT. The ROLEX Sky Dweller, so the combination of white gold and steel, is sold for €15,450, including 20% VAT. And for the complete Everrose Sky Dweller with the gold Oyster bracelet, there is no price available. It's on request. Why? Because it is so much gold that the price is being calculated on a weekly base. And if you are interested in buying the watch, you will have to pay the actual gold price going up or down, and they will tell you the price. The GMT-Master is now available also in steel and yellow gold. And yellow gold, that's new, wasn't available so far. And yeah, what can I tell you about the GMT-Master? Everybody knows everything. Of course, I will not teach you something here, but I will give you the correct measurings of the case. It's a 40mm case. The thickness is 12.2mm. The lug-to-lug distance of this watch is 48mm, and the Jubilee bracelet tapers down from 20 to 16. Yeah, in the clasp we do have an easy link system to adjust the length for about 5mm. So what's so particular on this new GMT? That's the color. Yes, yellow gold is back. It was a certain time period anyone wanted to buy yellow gold watches. Now they are much sought after again. And yeah, you can either choose the steel and gold version that will be sold for €16,300, including 20% VAT, and the entire yellow gold version is sold for €38,500. Today, actually, prices do or might change, of course, in the future due to the Swiss franc. The Swiss franc actually is very strong, or to, of course, changes in the gold price. So 38,500 would be the price you would have to pay for the yellow gold version, always including 20% VAT. The famous one more thing this time is, of course, the ROLEX Oyster Perpetual 36, 31 or 41mm with that legendary celebration motif dial. So it is composed out of different sized bubbles, fringed with black. And yeah, it does encapsulate the vivid colors of the lacquered dials from last year. If you remember, they introduced these nice colored dyes, yellow, etc. They disappeared meanwhile because they have been discontinued. And this new dial is bringing together turquoise blue, and yeah, the background colors are candy pink, yellow, coral red, green for the bubbles. So this is a very particular and special watch, and I think if someone else would have done it, a huge shitstorm would have come over them. But the Rolex can. It's Rolex. So what do you have to pay for these watches? The 31mm version is sold for €5,650, always including 20% VAT. The 36mm is sold for €6,050, and the 41mm is sold for €6,350. Thanks for watching the video about the Rolex novelties. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we do have separate Rolex videos online where you can see the Daytona, the 1908, and of course the legendary watch, yeah, with that fancy dial and all the emojis indicated, so you know which one I'm talking about, of course. Now, let me tell you which is my favorite, and there is no doubt this year the Yacht-Master in that titanium version. That's the most incredible feeling I had for a long time with a watch on my wrist. Feels good, looks good, all matte, no shiny surface. That's a really stealth watch. Excellent, couldn't be better. My choice for this year. Thanks for watching a video with us. Stay tuned. Please do also recommend us. And if you have not yet subscribed to our newly relaunched Instagram channel, please go ahead and do so. Bye-bye and see you soon back here on WatchAdvisor on YouTube or WatchAdvisor on Instagram. Bye-bye.